Ford Field in Detroit. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 10 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 75 yards.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. He finds his man, complete. That's Glover. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's Miller, complete. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the first drive, 3-and-out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out problem.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on third. Goff. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Goff.
Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Play action. Now it's Tua. He's able to find Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a first down carry by Jones.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Gets around him, and he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down, Swift.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw there complete to Allen.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Goff.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Goff.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again. Goff.
This one taken in by Cephas.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Bucs will take over here just shy of the 30.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many...
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to... So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua, escaping the pressure right. And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Scotty Miller
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. Out of the gun, gone. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Throwing again is Goff. Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end Ferkser. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Goff on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 24, Goff over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the red zone now, Goff. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Again, Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's caught by Howard.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Weaver. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. his 6th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it is 28-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
The Goff's throw into the hands of Ferkser here.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on 1st down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
Now on 2nd and 13. Tua, throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
45 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Tua now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Weaver. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Howard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. He'll pitch it back, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Buccaneers open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. from just shy of midfield. Tua throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harrison. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete. We're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Tua now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harrison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Catch is made. It's Harmon. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Partner.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges from the remainder of this ballgame.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
The 71 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. That throw into the arms of Allen.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, gone. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible. Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one. They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Buccaneers,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to turn it around next week as